Well, good morning, folks, and I do welcome all of you back to the channel, and I thank all of you for watching, and thank you to all of my subscribers. And I'm almost done with the mods to the trailer here. Remember, I mentioned in one of those previous videos that I had some modifications to make to this trailer to get it configured to my boat. And one of the biggest mods I had to make here, I had to shorten the bow stop on this winch base right here. This thing was sticking way out to here, and it just didn't need to be that long. So I cut it off right here and remade this bracket for this rubber bumper right here. Just picked up some flat bar and just cut them and shaped them, and as you can see, I bolted them on. Had to drill and tap this piece of channel iron right here. Also, I've got the bunks laying in there, and what I'm going to do for now, I'm just going to put a C-clamp on these brackets right here until I get this trailer underneath the boat and decide exactly where these need to be. They may have to go a little bit forward or maybe a little bit aft. I don't know exactly where they're going to end up, so we'll just wait and drill those up once I get it under the boat. That's about it. I'm almost ready to slide it up underneath the boat, and of course, like I said, we got to lift the boat and figure out how I'm going to prop it up while I back the trailer underneath it. Also, got my keel roller installed, got it mounted, and had to make some brackets for that. And this is just some brackets right here that I picked up from Home Depot, and just got my torch out and bent them and shaped them to fit that roller. So we're almost there. I had to relocate the spare tire mount, and I just ran out of hardware. I've got to go by Ace, and these are metric of all things, so I've got to pick up some nuts and lock washers and get that spare tire bracket secured. And after that, hopefully I'll get me a nice long weekend here next weekend and get that boat raised up and get this trailer underneath it. And once that's done, then I'll be able to start finishing out the interior of the boat. All right, folks, that's all I have for you for right now. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. And what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about using the air mattresses to lift the boat. And I've got to figure out where the CG is, and I think the CG, center of gravity, is right about in here somewhere. And of course, that's the point where the boat is perfectly balanced. And I want to use these air mattresses, stack one on top of the other, and use those to lift the boat. Now, it's still going to leave me a little bit short, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to get it raised up, the final 6 or 7 inches or so, in order to get these stands up underneath it. And we're still working on that. I'm working on a way to use these work platforms to support the boat while I get the trailer back underneath it. So I'm just going to continue on with that. I'm going to leave everything as is for now, and I will be back once I kind of get things finalized there. I will see you here shortly. All right, folks, I'm back, and as you can see right here, I came out last night and deflated this one air mattress right here, and here in a few moments I'm going to move that one back underneath the center of the boat. Like I said, I had to find the CG, and I'm thinking it's right in that area right there. But anyway, I'm going to use these 2 mattresses to lift the boat up, and the whole goal is to get this thing lifted up safely without having everything come crashing to the ground and destroy 2 years worth of work. The whole goal is to get this thing lifted up safely without having everything come crashing to the ground and destroy 2 years worth of work. Okay, so I've got those air mattresses underneath the boat. I'm getting ready to inflate that bottom one. I think I've got it underneath the center. So all we can do now is just fire up the air compressor and have at it. Well, okay. They say, you know, if it's a dumb idea but it works, then it's not a dumb idea. Alright, I just got to finish lifting it the rest of the way now. I'll be right back once I figure out how I'm going to do that. Yeah, I said that out loud. Well, let's see how well it rocks on these airbags. Well, not bad. Alright, I've got to get stands underneath the front, raise the front up. I'll probably just use my jack for that. And after that, we'll be ready to roll the trailer in. Okay, so you might be asking, why not just use the winch on the trailer and just winch it on to the trailer off of these airbags? And that's a very good question. And the answer is, if that driveway right there was level with the garage floor, that's exactly the way I would do it. But this entire subdivision, it's built on the side of a hill, and with the slope in this driveway, I'm just not going to be able to get a good angle on that trailer in relation to the boat in order to pull it on there with the winch. So I've got to do it like this. Okay folks, I'm back, and as you can see right there, I've got my jack set up underneath the keel, and had to make a few little modifications to my jack. I made this jack pad right here, took this one off of there and actually bolted this to the jack, and I want this to be as stable as I can make it, and that's why I did it that way. And here in a few moments I'm going to lift it the last few inches, and then I'm going to get this 2x right here bridged across the sawhorse and the one on the other side, and in that way I can raise the front end of the boat up high enough to get the trailer up underneath it. And as you saw in that previous clip, I already have the back end supported, so I'll be right back when I'm ready to get that done. See you here in a moment. Okay, so I recorded that last clip yesterday and just ran out of time. I had somewhere I had to be, but ready to get it done now, so let's get it done. Okay, it's there. It should be high enough now that I can back the trailer underneath it. I will say this, I will give you this little disclaimer. This was not my first choice. If I ever get a chance to build a shop, it's going to have some kind of an overhead hoist system in it. I don't know what that will be. It might just be hook hanging down off of the rafters, but it's going to have something that I can attach. If it's nothing but a come along to, I'm going to have a way to lift a heavy object like this from overhead. This is not my first choice, but we got it done. Now I just need to go get the trailer. Okay, y'all remember what I said about not being 35 years old anymore? But we got it here. I gotta take the air mattresses out from under it now. I'll be right back. And while those deflate, that's a good time to take a sip of my Diet Dr. Pepper. Okay, so the first stab was not successful. It started dragging just a little bit right there on the bunks. Started dragging on that 2x right there. And so I pulled it back out. I lowered the bunks and the brackets all the way down as far as they'll go. I'm going to try it again. Worst comes to worst, I can always pull the wheels and just roll it on the hubs. And for that little bit, it won't hurt anything. They're cast iron hubs. And we'll just lower it down. Gosh, that'd give me about 6 inches right there. So if it comes to that, that's what I will do. All right, we're going to try it again. Okay, you saw that. It keeps wanting to hit right in the middle here, and I can't angle it to make it go under there. I don't want to try to force it. No clearance issues now. There for a second, it almost acted like it wanted to roll back out of that garage. All right, it's just a matter now of getting it positioned so I can close the door. All right, folks, I gotta go stop and catch my breath, take a break here. I'll be back. Okay, just gotta jack the trailer up now, get the wheels back on it, and then figure out where everything's gonna wind up. All right, I will be back. Okay. Almost there. All I have to do now is get the supports out from underneath the boat and actually get it resting on the trailer. Okay, so the forward support is out. It is sitting on the keel roller up there. I've just got to get this stand out right here. And sometimes the only thing you can do is just lift it up and just give it a good swift kick, and that's what I'm going to do. Oh yeah. Whew. And just like that, it is on the trailer, all the way on the trailer. And I'll still have some minute adjustments to make, but and like you can see right there, we got a gap on the front end. That means I got to adjust the height of those bunks. No big deal. We'll get all that done. All right, folks, I will catch you here in just a moment. Once again, after I catch my breath. Well, okay, I am done. We've got that boat sitting on the trailer now. And the only thing I'm going to do is to move the bunks about 6 inches forward. There's a, of course, they're resting on a stringer that runs the entire length of the boat. There's a rib right here. Now I just want this forward edge resting underneath that rib just for a little peace of mind. Kind of like what I did here. I've got that keel roller positioned directly underneath this bulkhead right here, and like I said, that just it'll just help it carry the load. All right, folks, I am done. Okay, one last thing real quick before I go, and almost forgot, but I said I would talk about the next phase of the build, and just very briefly, what I need to do now that I've got the boat sitting upright, I need to come in here and start laying in thickened epoxy beads all along the stringer where it meets the bottom hull panel there, and all along the ribs, all along these stringers, every bay, everywhere where it makes contact with the bottom of the boat right here, and the entire boat. And what I've got to do is just make all of these areas right here look like those. And that is, in a nutshell, the next phase of the build. And then after that, we'll be ready to start talking about the floors. That is all. I've got this thing in the garage, and best of all, I have about 3 inches right there. I will be able to close my door. And that's what I'm about to do. I want to thank all of you for watching. God bless each and every one of you. And I think I'm going to go and take a break now. But as I always say, in all things to God be the glory. And again, thank you all for watching.